Hey, welcome to the wild world of study plan revelations. Guys, studying at Liu Cheng paper cake is totally illegal. Even if the basics are shaky, why draft a study plan for the 7th exam? Xiong and Zhiyu are utterly baffled, while the tea enforcement girl stumps in the study plan and blows a bubble. Zaimin can't help but roll his eyes at the study sheet. That's too detailed. The tea enforcement girl asks Zaimin, "Who are you?" A shout comes from the back door and the team lets Bear in. The tour becomes a lady. Bear asks Zaimin, "Why are you after my girl?" Zaimin replies, "Just picking up bubblegum." Bear grumbles while ruffling Jia's hair, pointing at her, "This is my girlfriend, apologize now." As he drags Zaimin away, he mutters quietly, "Don't provoke the tea enforcement team." Bear loudly declares he'll punish his GF publicly, arms outstretched, when a bubblegum suddenly flies over. Right smack on Bear's face, the classroom goes silent. Everyone thinks, who would dare mess with the school's tea enforcement team? Bear snorts. He knocks Zaimin's glasses off as he prepares to swing, but just then the dean shows up. Bear warns Zaimin that this isn't over. Zaimin is left dumbfounded. Offending the tea enforcement team has serious consequences. Suddenly there's a knock at the door, and they turn to see Zhiyu's friend, who informs them. The message for the reading group was sent by her because Zhiyu has been bullied. After snooping around, she learned about the legend of the Demon King, which is why she reached out to Reading Club president Zaimin. Zaimin personally asks who's bullying Zhiyu, and the poet replies, "About a week ago, Zhiyu's twin brother, Zaiyu, helped the school bully Pai deliver some stuff, but on the way, he got robbed. Zaiyu borrowed a huge sum from Bear to pay off the damages, and Bear recorded Zaiu's crime as collateral. And then he used that evidence to blackmail Zhiyu into being his girlfriend." Zaimin asks, "Wait, what do you mean? Zhiyu is going to be his girlfriend." Zaimin asks, "So what do we do about this? He definitely doesn't want to get dragged into this mess." "But that's the school's enforcement team," Zaimin says. "So what?" He explains, the school lacks security, so they formed a team with tough student. It's basically officially sanctioned thuggery. Who could take them on? Just then, Zaimin suddenly realizes, hey, we have to stick together to help Zhiyu, right? Zaimin agrees wholeheartedly. But they don't realize Bear is planning to upload Zaiu's evidence to Bilibili. Zhiyu will definitely want that deleted when she finds out. But just as Bear is about to click the mouse, there's a loud bang from the cabinet behind him. Zaimin bursts out, having hidden in the cabinet just 5 minutes ago, seeing Bear walk in to upload the film, which is stored in the USB plugged into the computer. Bear is furious and yells, "How dare you find help?" Zaimin gives it his all, but Bear grabs him and slams him down. Just when he's about to reach the USB of evidence, Bear throws Zaimin over his shoulder, but Zaimin plays it smart and falls on purpose to grab the USB. In the next second, he springs up like a fish jumping out of water to kick Bear. Just as Bear is about to strike back, he gets nailed against the wall. Bear charges at Zaimin again, but Zaimin dodges like a lizard, shedding his shirt and launching an aerial assault with punches raining down. Then a clock ticks. Zaimin dusts himself off and casually walks to the cabinet to put his glasses on. He steps out the door and runs into 2 members of the tea enforcement team, who drag him into a room and start giving him a beatdown. The USB drops on the floor, and Bear wakes up grinning, saying, "The video is already on the computer, and I'm ready to get cozy. Don't forget to subscribe." This is truly the perfect time to retrieve his brother's evidence. Zaimin rushes out, clutching the computer. Bear trails behind, cursing. Zaimin runs like the wind, but suddenly the dean appears and sticks out a foot. Zaimin trips and goes flying. Computer tower falls from his hand, rolls to the front. The patrol team rushes over, and Zaimin jumps up to block them. Then he turns to the scene and urgently yells, "Destroy that computer." But Bear charges him without mercy. The caption shows that the character hesitates for a brief moment, but finally musters up the courage to grab the computer and rush up to the rooftop, only to find Big Bear chasing closely behind. Bear snaps his head back and yells, "Hand over the computer, or you'll regret it. I want to destroy that evidence against Zaiu." Subtitles. Just as Bear was getting ready for a comeback, unexpected noises suddenly erupted from downstairs. The dean yanks Zaimin by the ear, dragging him away. Little did he know, the USB containing the evidence dropped out, and Zaimin shouts, "Quick, destroy the USB." Bear is just lounging there, taking the chance to dodge. This time, I'm out to save my brother's evidence. Suddenly, a girl from the team appears and recognizes the USB as Bear's. She secretly considers it a treasure, thinking if she gives it back to Bear, it'll definitely earn her some brownie points with the guys. Zaimin remembers what Zhiyu said. At this perilous juncture, if one desires to safeguard oneself, they must learn to communicate through their fists. Keep watching. At this very moment, this group of people is creating a scene of disorder. Hanjing brings Pai to the office through the principal, flanked by a group of wannabe friends. The aura is enough to send chills down your spine as they walk into the office, making the furniture tremble. Hanjing approaches Pai regarding Zai's situation. Last night he overheard one of Zai's minions say that Pai instructed Zai on a bit of a blunder, but it seems like Zai messed it all up. Pai feigns ignorance, but admits he heard Zai borrowed money from Bear and suddenly took off. Hanjing tells Pai to stop playing coy, explaining that Zai borrowed money because he lost goods. When Pai hears how well informed Hanjing is, he stops hiding and admits, the stuff I sent Zai wasn't just goods, it was cash too. But Zai got intercepted by Bear on the way, so Zai had no choice but to go to Bear to borrow more money since Bear just lent Zai back what he robbed. Subtitles. Additionally, Bear even recorded those entire bizarre processes. What an absurd turn of events. However, it doesn't matter, as Pai has already fully disclosed the truth of the matter to Zai. Hanjing shields Bear from a fatal blow and learns about Zai's tragic background. Both parents deceased from childhood, and they were once well-behaved kids without parental shelter, they turned to violence as a means to fight back. Their rebellion spiraled out of control. Can Zai and his sister solve their issues through rebellion?